welcome back to my YouTube channel again. I'm so glad to have you back here. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, my name is Taiwo. On this channel I film about faith, lifestyle and natural hair, so please go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you have access to all the videos that I'm going to be making, and enjoy them. Let's grow together. Thank you so much. So today I'm going to be sharing my salvation story. I just want to bring you guys on the journey, just let you know what the journey has been like so far, so let's get right into the video. All right, so I was born into a Christian home to start with. At the time when I was born, my parents were already workers in church. There was a foundation for us, the Christian foundation for every one of us, the children, so yeah. I grew up always going to church, but I mean that didn't stop me from trying to try other not other religions, but just trying to not do what I was being told to do, because at the time when I was growing up, I didn't like to be told what to do. I hated it when they said, "Oh, don't do this." Like, why? Why? So I always kind of liked to be a rebel, and I used to be very stubborn too. So if you tell me, "Oh girl, don't do this," I'm usually like, okay, I'm going to do it. Kind of continued like that, and then I got into secondary school. Now when I got into secondary school, there was kind of like more freedom, or liberty to do whatever it is that I wanted to do, because the primary school that I attended was owned by my mom. Also, in primary school I was still pretty young, so I didn't have a mind of my own. So when I got into secondary school, I did all sorts. Now I wasn't that public bad child that everybody would know as a bad child. Everybody would be like, "Oh, that girl, she's a bad girl." No, because I kind of knew how to cover my tracks really well. I knew how to cover up the bad things that I was doing. Anyway, I used to lie a lot. I remember that I would gather my friends together and start giving them gist, telling them things that never happened. So before I even knew what fiction were, trust me, I was telling fiction stories, like really good ones. My friends would be so, "Wow, that really happened to you," that kind of thing. And my mind, I'm like, if only you knew. If only you knew. But there was no way for them to know, so they didn't know. Anyway, it just felt like there was nothing bad, even though I knew that I shouldn't be lying and stuff like that. I was like, why? So eventually I started to take money from my mom's purse. Whenever I wanted to buy a recharge card, I just go to her purse and steal some money. She didn't know. I didn't even think that it was really stealing, because it was my mom's purse. I used to say in my defense that it's not like I'm stealing from an outsider or I'm robbing somebody outside. Do you understand? So it was just crazy. I eventually started getting into relationships, with different guys at different times. I was basically looking for love in different places. It felt like there was a void in my heart that I needed someone to fill. And somehow I was looking to guys for that. When I got into my first relationship, I think I was like 13. Yeah, I was really young. Really, I was still so but yeah, I got into a relationship. Of course, you already know how it went. It wasn't anything good. I just kept going from one relationship to another, trying to I think I was scared of being alone. Was I? Or I just needed someone to fill the void. And then this is where it gets better. I In 2014, I had just finished secondary school, and somehow I woke up one morning and I was just tired of trying, tired of all the things that I was doing, tired of taking money from my mom's purse, tired of, lying and not even feeling remorseful about it. I was tired of dating guys. I didn't even plan I was going to marry any of these guys. I was just dating them for fun, so I was tired. And that feeling lingered for so long. I didn't know what it was, but I remember waking up one day and deciding that I was going to break up with the guy that I was with at that time. I sent a breakup message. It wasn't anything special. I didn't even have a good reason, but I was just done. Like, what, we are done. Bye guy. So that was how that relationship ended. Okay, after that I didn't still get saved like immediately because I didn't even understand what it was. But somehow I was beginning to want God. I was beginning to think of Him as, okay, maybe it could actually satisfy this craving that I have in my heart. I wanted more, but I didn't know what more I wanted, And so it just continued like that for months actually. A year passed, and then in 2016, February, I was going through somebody's YouTube page. Shout out to you, Deborah Briggs. Facebook page. Apologies. I was going through her Facebook page, and there was just like the longing in my heart just kind of just increased. I wanted what she had. At that time, I saw how she used to post like Christian content on Facebook, and I was like, this girl is like this. Why can't I be like this, and stuff like that. Thinking about it for a while, I decided to send her a message. And then I remember telling her that I wanted to, become a Christian. She sent me a message back. She responded to me and, gave me a Bible verse to read. I think it was somewhere in Ezekiel. I just prayed about it and I was like, okay, we move. I wanted to do everything to please God. I was trying so hard to please God, and then I was getting frustrated because I was not sure I was doing it the right way. I was not sure if I wasn't exactly what God would have me do. Then one day in August, so prior to August, Deborah Briggs had told me about a group, Babes of Unique Dynamite. It's called the BUD family, and she said, oh, there's a group that she's in, and if I don't mind and everything. They were still on Facebook at that time, so I joined the Facebook group. And then I think a month after I joined the Facebook group, they were moving to WhatsApp, and then that was how we started the WhatsApp group, and it was amazing. It was a family. At that time, we were not so many, so it was really close knit. It was amazing. We used to have discussions, Christian discussions and everything. So that was like a major foundation for me. There was sort of like something going on inside my spirit that I didn't know. I just kept on, as I was sticking in all the words, taking in everything, it was making sense to me. And finally in August, we had a program, and the program was a week long, if I remember correctly. And every day they would send in prayer bulletin. It was a fasting and prayer program. Every day they would send in prayer bulletins that we were going to pray with, and it was like that. But then, first day I didn't even use a prayer bulletin. I didn't even open it. Second day it happened like that also. I was kind of busy at that time. But I remember that I would always go on the group and say stuff like, you guys should make sure that you are using the bulletin, you guys should this, you guys should not make the effort of those that are preparing the bulletin to be in vain. Guys, I wasn't even using the bulletin myself. I was not. And then August 24th, 2016, I decided to open the bulletin. That day I just felt bad that I was encouraging others to use it and I myself wasn't using it. It didn't make sense to me, so I felt, you know what, today I'm just going to make out time for it. Even though I'm busy, I'll make out time for it and, you know, just pray with the bulletin. We were in the US at the time, and I remember that day I went into the toilet because I was at work. I went into the toilet and I opened the bulletin and then I started reading through, and for the first time in years I felt exposed. Now there was nobody there, you know, but God was in that toilet with me. That's one thing that I'm still so sure. And I just started crying, you know. All the things that I had done wrong, like they all came back to me, and I was just thinking about it, and I saw my inadequacies, you know, and I felt like in that moment it was like God was with me and was reaching out to me and was saying, come home to me, you know. And I was just crying, I was crying so much. And you know, I just started praying. I was like, God, I'm sorry, I really want to serve you, I really want to, you know, and stuff like that. And that day still remains the best day of my life because I took the best decision of my life. After that day, we left the US the next month, and then I came back to Nigeria. I got into the university and I had an amazing time, a really amazing time. Because I'm still going to film a video talking about my university experience, I'm not going to go into much details, but I'm going to say that when I got into school, I was so hungry for God. I was reading books, Kenneth Hagin's, Benny Hinn. I had a lot of books that I was reading. I was so hungry, you know, prayers, Bible study, and all that. And it really helped me. It really helped me. Another major thing that happened to me was that God placed different people in my life at different points, different people in my life at the point that I needed them. Like, it was strategic. And one thing I would love to say is God is super intentional about us. God is super intentional about us as children. He's very intentional about us. Many of the people that I've met that have helped me in my Christian walk were not people I was expecting to meet. They are not people that I met through connection or something. They're just people that just came into my life at the weirdest time. I didn't see them coming. They just came in and they were of huge help to me. And some of them are still in my life, you know, up till now. You know, God is intentional about every one of us, and He has our best interest at heart. I'll end this video by saying that God wants everybody to come home, and it doesn't even matter the depth of your sin. It doesn't matter how deep you think that you are in that mess that you are currently in. God is still interested in you, you know, because before anybody even thought of giving their lives to Christ, before anybody even thought of loving God, before anybody even thought of becoming a believer, God already made a way. God already loved, like right from the foundation of the world. God loves you. He wants you, and if you give Him a chance, it's not something you regret. If you consistently feel like there's a void in your heart that you don't know, you know, trust me, God is capable of filling every void, really. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm getting emotional already. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions for me at all, you can leave it in the comment section or just send me an email. I'll leave my email address in the description box below, and I'm going to answer all your questions, I assure you. Also, please subscribe if you are yet to subscribe, like my video, share with your friends so that we'll have more family come here, and also leave me comments in the comment section. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Your being here and watching this video means a lot to me. Bye bye. See you in my next video.